So they tell you he's a fucking asshole. He hits my kids. He's fucking aggressive. And the judge tells you, I need you to.
Cut all that shit off.
How the fuck do you do that, bro? How can I unhear what I just fucking heard?
Like, oh yeah, you know me, like, damn, your family look always happy. It's like, dude, like you don't even know, like they're not even together. Like sometimes you could feel like a fraud because you're portraying something that it's not. That is not having a little girl, not because I don't know how to raise them, but you know, like you try to go to every practice, you miss one practice, they open an OnlyFans, like funny shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not gonna fucking happen, but it's just like it's so crazy that even the couple, the boyfriend and the girlfriend, they threw a reveal party without the girl, without the
You're
ex-wife.
humble as fuck. Why not?
Yes.
Es un asqueroso tú, coño.
Welcome back, welcome back again to the number one Latino podcast in the world. I'm Memo,
I'm Omar.
and this is the Why Podcast.
Why, bro?
Why not, carnalillo? Why not?
If you're a new subscriber, please make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notifications. We post every Wednesday at what time, Emma?
9 a.m. Pacific time. Hey, I have two stories. Well, let's start. You have any stories you want specific?
I'll
Okay.
let you write it.
So, I don't know if you guys notice, if you guys live in the area of Compton, Southgate, around the 710 freeway, there's been like some random shootings in the middle of the night, bro. And there was just one recently of a guy that was coming out of work, pretty young guy, 34 years old, that was struck by a stray bullet. I don't know if it's a stray bullet, but it was shot to him. So they were saying there was two shots. One hit the van, another one hit his back, and now he's paralyzed from the waist down, bro. Like, imagine you're coming from work tired at 7, you just get shot at, dude, without knowing anything. So I guess the guy had called his wife saying like, "Hey, dude, I'm dying. Like I'm dying. Like I can't feel my feet." Damn, bro, that's scary. And then there's no lead. Like middle of the night, like what's the lead at?
So, I didn't know about the information, bro. I don't watch news, but it's funny that you say that because 17 is full of fucking bullet holes everywhere. I don't know if you know, there was Firestone and Imperial on the signage. There's always you see the fire. It's known to have fucking bullet holes.
Yeah.
Now, that's crazy that you get that call, right? It's wild. What do you do? First of all, what were you doing outside in the first place?
He just come out of work, bro.
Oh, he just came out. You
yeah,
say
he
he
was
came out of
coming
work?
out of work.
Okay.
Like he had a night shift and he was coming out of work, driving home to his family, and he gets shot.
Damn. They say the devil comes out after 2 a.m.
I don't know. I think it was earlier than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like around 10, I think.
That's wild. No way. I'm not really updated with the news. I know.
No, I know you're not. But I'm telling you, like,
Yeah. No, I didn't know about that, but that's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Okay.
I didn't know how to react to that way.
So I have another story too. Another story that I have. This one, it's a little crazy, right? So there's a couple. They get married, early mid-30s. They get married, and for some reason it's not working out. They're having problems.
Yeah.
And as I guess the relationship progresses, they're already falling apart, bro.
Yeah.
Like the feelings are not there no more. Like they're just falling apart, so they decide to separate.
Mm-hmm.
As they decide to go into the divorce and everything, she finds out she's pregnant with twins.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he already had moved on as well, so he already had a girlfriend. I guess he moved. I don't know. It was kind of fast paced everything. So they were divorced. They divorced. Then she found out they were pregnant, but he was already seeing someone else. So now, the guy that got his new girlfriend, apparently she can have kids, dude.
Right.
So when she found out that his ex-wife was having a kid and it was his kid, she was fucking thrilled. So thrilled that she told her boyfriend, "Hey, I want to be present in all her medical appointments, everything that she has to do. I have to make sure what she's eating." Like, the girlfriend is treating the ex-wife like a surrogate mother, to the point that she's already saying like, "Hey, we should have full custody of at least one of the kids."
Okay.
So now the I guess husband or the whatever you call him talks to his ex-wife and like, hey, you know what? I want you to have her present and everything.
Have who present?
His girlfriend. Like
Okay.
you need to invite her to your to your I guess your checkups appointments.
Uh huh.
It's so crazy that even even the couple the boyfriend and the girlfriend they threw a reveal party without the girl without the ex-wife.
Okay.
They're having a whole ass family without the girl that's having the babies, and like they're like thinking like, yeah, we're gonna have the babies and we're gonna have a surrogate, like, or that's gonna be our kids.
When you walk into a party, you look for.
No,
Well,
obviously,
is it
being
reveal,
family-
reveal, right, or baby
a
shower?
reveal yeah, yeah. But I mean, obviously, they know that you can't have kids. They know they can't have kids,
Right,
so
right, right,
they're
right.
just
But-
doing the party.
But think about it for a second. I invite you. You don't know. You're like, hey, wait. My cousin's having a fucking gender reveal, right? You walk in, wait, and you're looking for a pregnant girl, and you see a girl with what is it, satchel
Yeah, like a little.
of mother to be.
I mean, I don't know if she had all that, but yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I'm assuming here.
Okay.
Like, what do you say? Like, are you pregnant?
I mean, I think at some point you're gonna. I don't know if you have to reveal it. You can't have kids, but I'm assuming that everybody knows she can't have kids, so they know they're gonna have a surrogate baby.
Okay,
I guess it's more common than we know as far as people having like surrogate kids.
right.
Yeah. So she's like basically running her pregnancy. Don't eat this. You can't be eating this. Like that's how comfortable it's. I don't know what's going on there. That's crazy.
So, is the girl like replying to the freaking girlfriend? Is a pregnant girl replying to the
I
girlfriend?
think they created like a group chat. So like they're all the husband, the ex-husband, and the girlfriend are in a group chat. So I guess she wants to be involved as much as possible because she can have kids, but she loves the thought that she's having kids from her boyfriend. Now I don't know how the pregnant girl, is taking all this. She's like, I guess she's cool with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is she like replying to the girlfriend that can't have kids? Because like, how do you entertain that? Like, why would you entertain that in the first place?
Yeah, I guess he's like, hey, dude, that's my new
First,
partner.
I have 1,000 questions to it.
What's
How
that one,
did that
first one?
go? How did it go from like the girlfriend, but my ex is pregnant?
That's what I'm saying. He
It's
moved
so-
fast.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he got together and then he finds out like that the girl's pregnant.
He
Simple
has
way.
to be within what? Within the 3-month mark.
I would assume so. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I would. I mean that the whole that's not the point. The point is he was with his wife.
Uh huh.
They got separated
Right.
during the divorce. I guess she was already conceived and she wasn't aware of it. He moved on with another girl, and then she finds out and realizes, "Hey, dude, I'm pregnant, dude, and it's your kids."
Yeah, I wouldn't entertain that conversation. How do you keep that entertainment? How do you keep that conversation entertaining? How do you keep those texting? Why do you even have her number?
Because he was like, "Hey, you know what? I know I don't want you to feel like you're alone, and my girlfriend wants to be involved in this, and I think it's good to give you as much help as we can." I think it's like one of those things where you bring your ex to your parties and shit like that. Like it's just a common thing. Like it's okay. Like they're grown ups. Like you're a grown up because you know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you guys think as far as that goes? Like, I don't think I'll entertain it. Like, it's just weird, bro.
Yeah, bro. The social media has you will discover like social media will expose so many people that it gets to a point where it becomes very normal.
I don't know how they were as far as that. Yeah, like I said, how does that relationship start? But I think it's more like, you know what? I think they ended up in good terms. I'm assuming
Mm-hmm.
good terms, and then the girlfriend's just on board. Why not? It's weird.
Yeah. To what is it? To one to each its own.
To each its
I
own.
just feel like you take it. Just the idea of like your kids calling another girl mom
Oh, that's a good
can
one. too.
drive somebody crazy, but at the same time, certain people could be okay with that too. and it's kind of like taking that burden out of them because there's plenty of girls out there. Not to throw shade at anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but there's plenty of girls out there that they're just not. They're not ready to have kids,
Okay.
right? They don't make their kids priority. They make other people priority, other things, other goals priority besides their kids. And I feel like girls on that situation can be like, okay, cool, like you're gonna have a stepmom. I don't have to put that burden of like I have to look after my kid or I have to, it's more of like a help for them.
I get confused, brother.
So for example,
Because you said it's like you made an example saying that it's like when your kids they call a dad or a mom to another person, or what do you mean?
yeah,
Like it's normal, or what? I don't
yeah,
understand.
people can make it normal. Like it's like I guess so. It's like those parents that make their parents take care of their kids.
Mm. Okay.
It's the same thing. Would it be the same thing? Way
Really?
yes.
How so?
Because what they're gonna try to do is they're gonna try to be like optimistic about it, like, oh, my mom takes care of my kids, so they could bond with my mom. You know what I mean?
They make it like they make it.
Yeah, like, oh, my kid's gonna have a stepmom to have two support systems, but that's an excuse to make it okay.
So you don't think it's okay?
I wouldn't do it, but like I said, like there's people out there that make that being okay. The more you talk to people, the more you see people, the more it's starting to be like okay out there in society.
I mean, do you feel like that's okay?
Me personally, no.
Yeah.
No, I think me and my wife have always said if it's our kids, we gotta take care of them.
No, I'm talking about like them calling dads, like having a dad, like if they call like, oh, I have my dad over there. How would you feel about that?
That's something that I think about all the time, bro. And I wouldn't be okay with it.
Yeah, because I say some people are okay with like, oh, well, like it's their kid. Yeah, I don't think I'll be okay with it either, bro, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I'll be okay with my little girl saying like, oh my God, my dad. It's a fucked up situation to be in because I think it always confuses the kid, right? Like, oh, my mom or my dad is just kind of like, how do you explain it to no, that's not your mom? It's like, what? Well, that's not your dad.
Yeah.
I don't think you can explain that to a kid. They just know that that's what you tell them to tell them. Like,
Yeah, I think it's very situational, bro, because I wouldn't be okay with it.
But at that point, what makes you?
There's so many factors that come to play,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying. I think in that instance, it's more like it's gonna hurt my feelings. It's basically about one's feeling, right? It's not about why
What's
is it
best
not
for the
okay?
kid.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like I feel some type of way because you call the other person dad or you call the other person mom.
I think there would have to be like certain things that would need to get done for me to kind of accept it.
Like what?
Like, at what point did that person come to the kid's life? Is a person married to the mother of my kid?
So okay,
So a lot of those factors come into play, right? Because it's like calling a husband. I don't know if you heard her say like, es mi novia, pero casi casamos. Casados porque we live together.
Marinovios.
Ajá.
Oh yeah, there's
Like that, you know what I mean? Like there's certain things like you live with them
Uh-huh.
and you're in charge of protecting them compared to like I'm not really responsible for them. I'm just here to have a good time type of thing.
No, yeah, I think it comes with the territory. I feel like if the situation comes up like for whatever reason
Okay.
they separate whatever it is, like it's just like you have no control over that because you couldn't control it in. So now it's like those are the repercussions you have to live with. You know what I mean? It's just consequences to action.
Yeah.
So it's like damn, dude, like God forbid whatever happens and it doesn't work out. It's like there's consequences to every action. You know what I mean? So it's like fuck. I mean, I don't expect her not to fucking date or anything else or remarry, right? When I mean, like over the
Oh,
you can't go there.
So yeah, because we're going off topic, right?
Mhm.
We're talking about the conversation. So the question is this: would you be okay your kids calling your ex or what is it, your ex-wife, new boyfriend or new husband, dad or mom, right? So my take on it is kind of like yes, but there's like certain criteria that they have to meet. Oh man, it depends on every situation, bro. To be honest with you, no, but
Gonna get
yeah, wait,
stressed.
like if they're married, how old is the kid at
So
that
you
time?
think
What time do they come into their life? All that kind of, bro. Like if they come into their life at the age of 3, and they've lived 3 to 18, and they call the person dad, like just it's one of those things where they have to take it in the chin.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to take it because of the whole situation that it worked out for them and not how it worked out for me. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if you're like, they come at the age of 15 and then you're telling the kid to call the new guy dad, but this was like,
No, no,
nada
but
que
see,
ver,
no,
güey.
but I think like as once you're 15, you kind of already have more of a notion of what's going on, bro.
Yeah.
You're talking about more when they're younger, right? Obviously, you made a great point. Like it depends how long they've been in the in I guess in their life,
The
but
picture, yeah.
also the kids could be like, do I feel really safe with that person?
Yeah.
Like he's always made me feel good, and I don't. It doesn't have to be like years with me, but I feel comfortable enough to call him dad.
Well, at that point, you're talking to like a rational,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, teen, young, what a young adult, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit different way. But as far as like your feelings towards it, it's one of those things where like, you just gotta take it in the chin.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, dude. That's all it is. It's part of the show, man.
You know, talking about that, when I was in high school, I was supposed to enroll in, what's it called? Explorer. I don't know if you heard of them. Explorers. It's like young teens that like volunteer for like the police department,
Okay.
highway patrol. So I was supposed to volunteer for the highway patrol, and I was supposed to join their Explore program. I didn't, but a couple of my friends did. And I remember one thing they told me, bro, that still sticks to my mind to this day. That your kid has a better psychological passing grade, I'd say, when they're raised by both of your parents than by separated parents. So every time, like, I just have that in mind. I don't know why.
Yeah, look, it just, I mean, statistics are statistics, right? Fool? Like,
Yeah.
they're not always accurate, bro.
The
They're not always accurate because, look, you also talk about another statistics. I mean, I don't know if you want, you could cut it off or whatever it is, how the way you live could lead to being a drug addict and being emotional wreckage and all that shit, right?
What do you
Like,
mean?
yeah, 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 well, how you were raised, fool.
Oh, right.
And that could lead into having a fucking drug addiction, being in the streets, being a gang member, all of the above. For everything negative, right?
No way. But I think you're confusing statistics of like, you're taking it as like it's gonna happen. Way.
No, the probability is higher, way.
Yeah, it's higher,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
it's like let's say 70%, right?
Okay.
So I mean, 7 kids out of 10 kids is gonna be messed up. Let's say, right?
Mm.
But then you're also keeping count. You're counting out the 3 kids. Get what I'm saying? So you become the third kid. You become part of the 3 kids out of the 10 kids. Get what I'm saying? So when it comes to stats, it's like they go based off like the groups, right? Like you get a group amount and then certain percentage they end up doing that. And the reason why is because like sometimes when they ask you questions when you like enroll for college, you go to jail, anything, all that pops up, right? And so now you have an idea of like, hey, like all the people incarcerated,
They have no
yeah, all the people that die because of overdose. Is that get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that's what they go based off, and I think it's not really because bro, there's just about this marriage about like the first time you're married, there's a 60 to 70% chance that you're gonna fail your marriage, first time.
The first time you marry.
Yes, that means because of the keep in mind that all the people that are like literally registering to get married, those same people file for divorce. Then you have the second marriage, there's a 70 to 80%, right?
Yeah.
And then third marriage is 80 to 90. So the
That's
more
gonna
you get,
fail.
yeah. So the more you go, the more you're gonna fucking fail. So, I mean, those are stuff that it's like, how would you call it as a corporate, quality control,
I guess, yeah.
right? So it's one of those things where like this is what the stats seem like, but
I mean, you could also say that most males that are not are like 100% successful have the rate of no dads being in the picture. Way.
What do you mean?
Yeah, they say that when you don't have a dad in the picture, you tend to be a better person and more successful for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, yeah, for the says that you're famous. Even Andrew Schultz said you didn't hear what he said, which is true.
No.
He made it into a joke. He's like, yeah, if you want your kid to be a fucking the best shit ever, remove his dad.
I didn't. That's something he would fucking say. He will say some out of pocket shit all the time.
But I mean, it's like funny, but it's accurate.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
it's true, then that's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's weird how it works. I mean, yeah. I guess that's one of the running jokes he has. But it's been proven from like people that are like big business, like, hey, so what's your dad absent or whatever it is? Like, oh yeah, my dad wasn't around. It's just shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody has a story, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
but
how do you consider a dad being around, not being around?
living with you, fool, 24/7, bro?
That's true.
Living with you 24/7, fool.
Or going to his
Yeah.
place.
No, I feel like living with you 24/7 because there's
No,
things
no, no, but no, you can't really say that though.
Why?
You can't really say that because there's people that don't live. There's dads that don't live with their kids 24/7, but they're there. 4 days, 12 hours.
No, I think it's more of the psychological thing of having your dad. It's like obviously he's around, but he's not like around when you need him to be or like present like in this moment. Like yeah, you see your dad every day, wait, pero if he's not with you like when you're like maybe scared at nights or whatever it can be like that's what they're kind of saying like present like 24/7, not present every other day or every
Oh,
all
no,
days.
okay. Oh, because you said 24/7.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I said like, how do you consider that being there or not?
Yeah, 24/7 way being there with you 24/7.
But you can't say that because there's people that don't have access to 24/7, but they're still there. Even
Okay,
letting them.
but you're asking me what do I consider a present dad? I said 24/7. That's my consideration of being a dad 24/7. That's my consideration. Way. I'm not saying it's true.
Okay.
You're asking me that I just told you it's 24/7 way. Being there 24/7. Not fucking 980s or whatever the fucking case may be.
Fair point, bro.
Yeah.
I got nothing. That's what you. I got nothing.
Well, you
to
asked me,
say.
no? I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
It did.
I'm confused. I was like, what the fuck? You okay?
I'm good.
Okay. Sorry about that. So what the fuck, dude?
I don't know.
Because you kid, I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, what's going on? What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
Oh, okay. So you just gonna stay quiet or what?
No, I'm just. I'm
Trying to think,
processing
So then after what were we talking about? Why were we talking about that again?
about having your parents.
Oh no, because we said having dad absence.
Yeah, and I'm like, how do you
Like-
consider like a dad being there or not? And you said 24/7. I was like, yeah, wait, but you can't really say that because people don't have 24/7 access. And you said, well, I see it like that. I was like, wait, yeah, I mean that's kind of fair.
Yeah. Because I guess you asked, and I was like, what was considered like, well, a dad being there for 24/7. That's what I consider a full-time dad. Like, I'm not saying that half a day is not. You know what I mean? But I mean like, as far as 24/7 for me, they'll be considered like that fool's right there 24/7. Where like anything you need, any little shit going on, you're there. I know what I mean.
No, because
yes,
no, yeah, because there's people that don't have 24/7 and they wish they had 24/7. So does that not make them a dad being there? Well,
no, it
of
makes
course,
them
no,
a dad.
but that's what I'm saying.
No, but
According to
we're-
you,
no, we're talking about the kids, way the kids itself.
What do you mean?
We're talking about like how it would affect one as a person. Like for me, like, hey, what do you okay? Like, because we were talking about how if you remove the dad, you'll be successful.
Well, yeah, and that's where I got the question. Like, how do you consider removing the dad or not? How do you see the dad not being there?
And that's why I
So
said
say 24/7.
Like, that's when I know I go 24/7. Like,
And I said, and I don't think that's fair because there's people that would want to be there 24/7, but they
No,
don't
no,
have
no, but
access
see,
to
but see, but
24.
that's what I'm saying, but we're
So
talking about the
under
kid.
their view,
I'm talking about the kid, not the fucking dad way. I'm talking about the kid. You're asking me how the kid is successful or not, whatever it is. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so it's the kid way. That's how I see it. I'm not saying I'm correct or not. I'm not correct or anything. but
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying,
You didn't say you were correct.
no,
You said
I'm just
based on
saying,
your
yeah,
point of
yeah,
view.
yeah.
Yeah,
Based
yeah,
on my
yeah.
point of view, the 24 hours is a dad, like that is present 24 hours way. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. I'm not saying that that
But on
that's
your
don't wanna
view,
try-
you're saying that if if the dad's not there 24 hours, then he's not present.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. I was like, it's kind of not fair.
No, it's not fair for the dad with if that's want to be there. Yeah, it's not fair for the dads want to be there. I'm talking about the kids that are getting affected because of that way. We're talking about the kids. We're talking about the dad's way. We're talking about how the kids get affected. In my point of view, when the dad's not there 24/7 way. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a psychological thing. You talked about how we say
If they
about
weren't if they weren't raised on the same household.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When it has him house 24 hours way.
And then yeah, okay, we're going in circles in this
No,
conversation.
we're not. I think you're
No,
confused,
because
but it's fine.
you said
Okay, that's say,
take out the
No.
dad. The joke was that you take out the dad,
yeah.
and then that they're gonna be successful. And I
Mhm.
said, okay, when you take out a dad, in my point of view, it's kind of like
He's not present 24/7 from my point of view.
yeah. It's for no, but the way I took it is even that joke itself was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like
Well, it's a joke way.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the joke itself was kind of like he went to go get milk and he never came back.
Okay,
You know what I
okay,
mean? It's
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
take him away and put him in jail. Type of like that's what I understood.
Oh,
Like
no, no, no,
remove
no.
him. Get what
Well,
I'm saying?
yeah, I guess in his point of view is remove him completely, like absent when like do not give him a father figure way. That was his joke, and he's like, oh, because I think for him and for the kids, and I think he's talking mostly about the male figure. Like if you want your son to be a fucking stud 100%, remove the dad out of the equation. They'll be fucking studs. Talking shit.
Yeah.
And then his other joke was, you know me, I'm scared of having a little girl, not because I don't know how to raise them, but you know, like you try to go to every practice, you miss one practice, they open an OnlyFans, like funny shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not gonna fucking happen, but it's just an
Right, right, right,
exaggerating
right.
part of it, which is funny as fuck. But yeah. That's why it was kind of like he's saying like remove the. It's a running joke that remove the dad and you'll be a good straight up dude.
Yeah, when you said that, that's where the question came from. That's where the question came from.
Yeah, I mean, when you said that the statistics, what is it called? The statistics about the kid. What did you say about the psychological thing about the kid?
Yeah, so
In
I
the
mean
same
I
house
don't, I
where
don't
you
know
said, right?
I
You
don't,
said it,
yeah,
right,
I
say
don't
that
know if
one.
this is true or not, but like I said, when I was trying to enroll, that's what they told me. They were like, "Hey, bro, like," because I guess when you become a cop, you need to pass a psychological
Yeah,
test,
of
right?
course.
And there's what they told me was that, oh yeah, like we should be able to pass because like we're raised by our parents. And actually, their parents were not together; they were just living in the same household. So
Sometimes even worse, fool.
yeah, so they were like kind of like that was their kind of like confidence going to that psychological. So they were like, when they told me about it, they were like, oh yeah, like we got this because our kids were raised. And then even the parents at that point, they were like, yeah, we're here for the kids. We're not here because we love each other. We're here for the kids because in their mindset was kind of like, if we stick it out, we're gonna be here for the kids because they're gonna benefit in the long run.
Yeah, but see, even that mentality is kind of jacked up because you could be living in the same household and have a effed up like relationship. Like they don't talk to each other. They are ignoring. Like that's not healthy either. You know what I mean?
No, but no. Well, I don't. They would talk to each other. I mean, based on what I seen from the outside perspective, like everything seemed normal, bro. It was just weird when like they brought it like after the fact. They were just like, oh yeah, my parents are not together. I'm like, what do you mean they're not together? They're like, yeah, like they're not. They're not like they don't
That's how
sleep.
crazy LA rent is. We have to fucking.
No, well, yeah. I mean, now, but this happened when I was younger, so
Oh,
it
okay.
wasn't that bad. But I remember I was like, well, what do you mean, bro? And he was like, yeah, like they're not together. And I'm like, Dick, you're fucking bullshitting me. Like they have pictures everywhere, family pictures. He's like, yeah, that's psychological for us to feel better about ourselves.
Isn't that crazy?
But to your point, you said sometimes it could be worse, right?
Yeah, because you're thinking like obviously this is like a fairy tale because obviously you know your parents are not together, way, and all this shit is just confusing the shit. I mean, like, wait, so are they together, not together? Is that like you're like kind of undecisive? What's going on?
Yeah, right. But at what point are you like just worried about that?
Sometimes you're not worried about it. Fool. It's just a psychological thing in the back of the head, and it's either you start like getting very jittery, you get very anxious just because of the things that sometimes we don't even know that's that thing that's hindering us. Fool. You know what I mean? It's all
What do
psychological.
you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
some of those things that are
First
you
of all,
see.
let me make a fucking disclaimer. We ain't no fucking psychologists.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
sometimes we talk out of our ass, just like people tell us in comments.
Yeah,
So don't take us too serious. It's just like a conversation, I would say, right?
yeah.
What do you mean by jiggery?
No, I mean not jittery, but I feel like anxious.
Jiggery?
Jittery, like
Jesus
jumping,
Christ.
like jittery, like
Uh-huh.
or very jumpy. Yeah, I feel like if you know your parents are not together, and you see pictures of your a happy family, but it's like, dude, are we really happy? Like, is this all like a front? You might feel like you're not worth anything. But like, dude,
Right.
what do you mean? Huh?
I said right.
Yeah, I mean, you might feel like a fraud. Like, oh yeah, you know, like, damn, your family look always happy. It's like, dude, like you don't even know, like they're not even together. Like, sometimes you could feel like a fraud because you're portraying something that is not real.
I'm always curious to know as a kid, way, what it's like. And I tell this to my wife because my wife grew up with both of her parents. I always ask her like, hey, like, did they fight any one time? And she was like, no. Like, I think as a kid, bro, you just kind of like, you really don't know what. I mean, they told me and they knew what was going on, but I don't think they paid too much attention about it. They were just kind of like, yeah, they're just like,
I'll tell you what, bro. My little girl, she's aware full of shit way. It's
Right,
crazy
right,
way.
right.
Like she's very attentive to things. So she reads the room very well, bro.
Hmm.
And when we're like talking serious or like just talking now, she'll be like, "Hey, like no fighting." Even though we're not fighting, but if the conversation seems very like
right.
very strong or like just very like, you know, like if we have like a disagreement, whatever it is, she'll see that and she'll be like, "Papi, no fighting." I know we're not fighting, we're just talking. And then and then she'll be like, "But why you go like this?" Like I should start making my gestures. But why you go like this, papi? I'm like, I don't know, that's my face, baby. What am I gonna do? Like she's very aware. We're like, and you can't really say they're not. You can never say that they're not aware because they'll be seeing way. They'll be seeing things without you even knowing they're seeing way.
Yeah, I'm only speculating. I don't know what it's like, but I'm only speculating because based on the conversations that I would have with them, right? They would just kind of be like, yeah, they're there. Like we're not dumb because we know,
Yeah,
but like,
you don't pay attention to it. You're
but
just like,
even
whatever.
whether they were separated or not, like everything was very smooth at their house. Like everything moved in very smooth. Like they would all go to the market. They would all take trips together. They would all go to church together. But they would say like,
Wait, what are you talking about? Right? Are you talking about your
my
story?
friends, yeah, my friends.
Oh, okay,
Like when they were like they knew about it, but they didn't pay too much attention to it. So when they told me, I was very curious to know like, hey, bro, like what's up with all these pictures though? Like, how do you guys do it? Like they're like, I mean, we don't care. Like they know they're doing it for us, you know, and like it's good to be together. You know, even if they don't talk, they like it's good to be all together because they would take trips together. So
How do you feel about that? Like taking trips with your ex because of your kids? I don't think no one should ever stay together for their kids. To be honest, way, it's not healthy for anything for anyone. Way. My opinion. I don't know if you maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I feel like you're forcing something that's not there for kids that will probably treat you like shit later on, or have that against you.
I don't know, bro. Who will have that against your kids?
Yeah, I mean maybe they would be like unhappy with you because you were basically building a fake relationship. Like, dude, like all this is fake. Like, you know.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Because here's the thing, I see kids that don't live together with their kids, and I see
You
see kids that don't live together with their parents,
Okay.
and I see the struggle of like going back and forth. Get what I'm saying?
No.
It's kind of like, I have to go to dad's. Oh, I have to go to mom. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you.
I see their struggles kind of like, fuck, like I just want to fucking be in one house, you know? So I don't know, like okay, so I don't know if it's right or wrong, but what they would tell me, this based on what they were like their experience, is that they knew that their parents would be there for them to keep everything together, to keep like kind of like a family together, and they were okay with it. They were like, they were okay with it because their parents' mentality was kind of like it's not about us anymore. It's about the kids. So what do we need to do for the kids to succeed? So even if I have to swallow my pride or anything, like we're not forcing anything, but we still have a responsibility.
Yeah, of
So
course.
that was their mindset. Like you don't like me, I don't like you. Like that's fine, but we both like we made the kid, so we gotta be responsible. We gotta kind of like stick it through. At 18, we'll figure it out. You know,
Yeah.
which is that's actually what happened when they turned 18. They literally just walked out of the house from each other.
So they say that it's more traumatizing for an adult to not comprehend, probably comprehend it, but they hold more grudges than to a little. Like if you separate when you're little,
Uh huh.
I guess it's obviously very dramatic as well, right? It's not I'm saying it's less dramatic, but I think kids develop this immunity to like block that and block that when they're little.
Mm-hmm.
As in when you're an adult, it's harder for you to. I mean, obviously you understand more, so it's harder for you to accept it, and you start feeling like rencores towards one another. I mean, the parents. You know what I mean? How are your friends now with the kids? Are they like whatever now, or they're like whatever, like ah?
So they I think their parents they got remarried. They got remarried to like their own their I guess their new couples
I would assume.
and
So,
they had new kids.
oh shit.
So yeah, they had new kids.
So how do you think they feel, bro? Like, how do you think they feel? Do you think feel? You don't think they feel out and out? Like, dude, what you tell family now? Like, I'm just like, like I don't like. My mom has her own new family. My dad has a new family, and it's just me and my fucking sibling. Like, we're already old, and we're just like there. Like, how do you think they feel, bro? How would you feel?
It's very hard to put myself in that situation, but it's like, at what point, like,
No, I understand.
when you're an 18-year-old, bro, you even now, bro, if let's say hypothetically my parents had their own families, like I don't think I would care enough. Like whatever makes them happy, you know. If it makes them happy, fuck it. They're grown ass people just like I am, you know. That's the way I would see it. I mean, that's the way I would see it.
Yeah, I think depending on the age you are, right? Because if you were like 15 or 16, I don't think you'd take that approach, to be honest. Because I wouldn't. I'll be mad. But now, yeah, older, like, yeah, you're right. Déjalo, ya están grandes.
Yeah.
It's like, do your shit. Like, I don't care. You're right. I think once you get older, but I think if it's like, I think even 18 is still kind of a little bit more shocking. But even then, it depends on the maturity of the person, right? How mature they are.
Yeah,
Because there's younger people that are very mature than older ass people.
yeah.
But I think, yeah, I think it's hard. I think it's hard for maybe they want to express it, but deep down inside they are hurting. You don't know that, fool. You know, you don't know what they're going through. You're not with them 24/7.
Right.
Or have you talked to them like in the real no, like hey, we like in real no, like come to real no to tell like hey, we said okay, yeah, fool, that shit fucked me up, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we wouldn't know that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we just fight things on our own way,
Yeah.
just to just to not be a burden to anybody. Way.
Yeah, wait. I think the situations is very, bro. They're not gonna watch me. It's fucking two people that watch
We're
us.
famous,
They're
fool. We're
probably
famous,
not
bro.
gonna come across this page. And if you do it, you hear that I'm telling your story.
please,
Bro.
please like and follow and comment.
Yeah. No. So their parents actually had like they were together and they would live in the same house, but I think once they turned 18, they separated. They went with they actually had like a relationship already with somebody from the outside. But it was kind of like, hey, like
This is what's
like
going
I'm gonna
on.
give you I'm gonna
I'm gonna give you some.
like I'm gonna give you my life, like I'm gonna get married to you, have kids, but you need to wait till my kids turn 18 type of thing. Because it was very fast, bro. Like very fucking fast. Like
Obviously, they were dating, right? They were dating.
yeah, and then some of them they were like their significant others were like out of the country. So he made it a lot easier to have a relationship outside of the country over the phone.
Right.
Right? So it's kind of like, oh, like well, I'm free now. Like, do you want to come over? And that's actually what happened. Actually, I think he moved out of. I don't know what it is. He recently. Shout out to you. You know what I'm talking about. If you ever come across my page, shout out to you.
Shout out.
You called me a few weeks ago.
Mm.
And you said, "Hey,
You
Omar,
didn't
how
tell
you
me.
been?"
You didn't tell me about that.
I told you.
You didn't tell
I
me about
told
that,
you.
bro.
You reached out to me a couple weeks ago, and I was very excited because I
Oh.
really wanted to catch up.
Oh. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna be sharing.
And all
Okay.
you did was say, "Do you want to come and give money?" Remember, I told you. I'm like, yeah, wait, he hit me up. Wait, you're like, Yeah, que te diga. I'm like, oh, he just wanted to see if I want to
Donate some money.
donate some money.
Bruh. Brother.
I was just like, hey, well, yeah, we should catch up one of these days. I never followed through with it. Yeah, I did tell you though. It's happened a few months. Right? I don't even remember.
Yeah. You said weeks, fool. You said fucking weeks, dog.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking
I'm
throw
sorry
them
about-
off,
I'm
you know.
Sorry about that, dude.
But yeah, no, that happened. Shout out to you guys. You guys were
A1s.
yeah. Going back to damn, we spoke too much about the parents shit. I don't know. Trauma's reaching out to us.
Why? Yeah, we're at 30. We need like 5 more minutes.
So I have a story I wanted to tell you. If you guys do remember, a couple episodes ago we did a memo's verdict, and I want you to give me this verdict, bro. This is a real situation, and I checked online. I can actually talk about it.
Okay.
So it's a true story. I don't remember the names of the case.
Don't worry about it.
Long story short, I was called to jury duty, and during the trial, my appendix was about to burst. So I didn't finish the case, but I never went back to see like what was the verdict. Was the guy guilty or not? So two brothers. One of the brothers. Did I say this story?
Yeah, you
Rings
did.
of-
Talk about this already. Wait.
What was it about?
Well, about something about a murder. No murder case. No, I don't know. Somebody. I don't know. You want to say it again? But I remember.
Okay, the guy was working security guard, and he had a permit gun. So I did fucking say this story. I just had a dead job. They did say this story. Long story short, they got in the fight. The brother took out his gun and hit him with the gun. And when he hit him, he
Shot it.
shot up there. So the brother that got hit, he pretended like he was dead. So when he kind of opened it, this is based on like the evidence that they show, right? The brother kind of like opened his eyes a little bit and saw like that the brother had turned around, and he like booked outside. He ran outside, like he fucking ran for his life. Based on the evidence, he ran outside around the block. He got his phone. He called the cops, and they were showing all this shit is shown, bro. Like
How do they do that? Oh, like the records on that shit?
the record, like everything's shown, bro. Like they show pictures, they show all this shit, bro. So,
So I think you talk about the guy.
oh yeah, so they show the evidence way and
Cameras, security cameras,
No.
everything?
So this fool's on the phone with the person that takes the calls away. Operator way, and he was like, "Hey,
Who called him? Oh, the guy that got shot.
no, he didn't get shot way. He shot up in the. He got hit with the gun, but he shot up in the airway.
Oh, and that fool thought he shot him.
Yeah, this fool pretend like, oh fuck, like he got scared. He went to the floor and pretend like he was scared way.
Okay.
Like, oh fuck, and I'm
he
like,
got
he's
shot.
like, fuck, like I'm gonna pretend like I'm dying, you know. So when he kind of like opened his eye to see if his brother was still looking at him, his brother had turned around. So that fool just fucking ran.
So it was his brother.
It was his brother way. So he ran and he called the operator, and then you hear this causeway. Oh, thank you for calling 911. What's your emergency? He's like, my brother's shooting at me. My brother just fucking shot at me. He's like, okay, I need you to stay calm, sir. Like, what are you saying? And then as he's talking to the operator, he's talking shit to his brother because the brother came out at that time. So while you're listening to this, they're saying like at 10:15, the brother decides to step out. Like this is based on the report, right?
Yeah.
So at 10:15 p.m. Eastern time, the brother steps out and starts arguing
With the
with
brother.
the brother. So he's all like, "Oh, my brother just shot at me. My brother just shot at me," and then he's like, the brother was like, "Hey, bro, shut the fuck up," and then I mean, I'm not. This is how extremely I'm like, how do you call culture shock? Shout out to the people in East LA. In East LA, bro, there were nothing but Latinos.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to sound racist or anything, but this is how shocked I was when I got to see the world, bro. And I knew about certain cultures, certain ethnicities based on books or based off like TV or anything like that, right? But I never really got to like deal or see with deal with or see or get to talk to people.
Yeah.
Because my whole community was Latino. So I honestly thought they were African American, bro.
Oh, shit.
I thought they were African American. And
They don't tell you the race, or just they
no,
just
no, not that way. You just see like you see the defendant, you see the witnesses and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So you see them, you see bro, the parents were there, like era un pedo, way. And
They don't tell you whether no. I mean, they have nothing
no,
to do with it,
way,
right?
no. So he's like, hey, and then I guess
Do they actually hear the recording? Like,
yes,
like,
way, yes, way. So
oh.
he's on the phone with the operator. And he's like, oh, and what did he say? The mom was there. He's like, métete a la casa. I'm like, bro, like you see
Wait,
this?
wait, wait, wait.
Yes, way.
What, you can't see them, or what? Or what?
You can't see where everything's being recorded.
No, no,
because
no,
that
no.
fool-
But physically, you can't see. You can't see that.
Yeah. You see them way. That's why I said when I saw them, I thought they were African American.
Oh wait. So okay. So you're talking about you're talking about like when you guys are making a decision. We like.
No. This is throughout the process, throughout the case, throughout the case way.
What do you call that? Like
Trial.
the trial.
Throughout the trial.
But I mean, it doesn't tell you who's. I mean, I don't think that even matters for what race it is, right? Or what the fuck
No,
would
it
matter?
doesn't matter. Way. I'm just saying, as far as me, like,
Okay, when you're going to the trial and obviously give the evidence because you're not in court, right? You're talking about before, right? Don't you guys
No.
review or you guys revert like doing chingazo
yeah,
here?
no. Yeah, wait. Okay, I don't know. It's wait. Okay, the time I went, it was like 100 people that went inside the court way. Inside the court, and there was 2 lawyers way.
Okay.
Okay, nobody was there. No, like defendant, nada.
See, so because I should cut you off. What I'm thinking is, I guess I watched too much movies, way. So I thought there was like a what do you call it? Like how do you say like a pre? How do you say? It? We gotta.
Pre-trial,
No way.
pre-introduction.
Yeah, like a pre, like
Okay,
a pre.
how do you distinguish? How do you elaborate on the pre-introduction?
A pregame, which is basically you sit down in the conference room and they give out evidence. Oh, this is a trial. We have two victim or 2 people. They're and they tell you the whole story.
No,
So
there's
you're already going live.
No,
wait.
no. We walked in. There was about 150 people.
Okay.
I happened to be number 9. Okay, so because we were the first ones, I got the juror seat already. So during that time, I remember that one of the defendant. No, was it the defendant lawyer? The defendant lawyer was already making open statements, and the judge was like, "Stop! I don't need you to make open statements. I need you to ask the jurors questions."
What was he saying?
He was saying about, oh, this case it's the victim, this name, and then that's when the judge was like, I need you to stop. This is not open statement. I need you to ask the jurors questions. So they were like, anybody here can. Oh no! First it was a judge that was like, does anybody feel like they can't be here? And bro, they had pretty good excuses if you ask me, because there was lawyers, there was not lawyers, there was doctors, there was like real professional people. You could tell like.
Like I don't have to be in this shit.
Yeah, like this was where like, bro, like I don't want to fucking be here. But I was like, I don't fucking care. I'll be here or not. I got paid already for the day, you know? So the people were saying like there was doctors, there was surgeons that were like, oh, I have 25 surgeries this week. I cannot miss. And the judge was like, it don't matter. Like you're a U.S. citizen. This is your job.
It's your duty.
This is your duty as a U.S. citizen. So I'm sure. Are you in charge of the hospital? He's like, no, I'm not. He's like, okay, they'll figure it out. And like they were just like he would just hammer on anybody, right?
So he didn't let nobody go away.
No, there was about 150 way. So
I'm saying-
everybody kind of like raised their hand to why they didn't want to go.
Okay, I got
So
you.
the judge was kind of like hammering them
So
down.
what was excusable way? What was one of the
Nothing was excusable way. Nothing was excusable because the 4 people that were next to me, they made excuses why they weren't there, why they didn't want to be there. I had parents I had to take care of. I have kids. I don't have babysitter. I have like it was a lot of stuff that it was. I think in my
reasonable?
yeah, it was reasonable. But when the judge was already done with like going around the jurors, it was the lawyer's job to go around the jurors too. So they started asking like, do you guys feel like you guys can be biased against certain race or anything like that, right? And I stood quiet, bro. I was just listening to people talk, going back and forth why they didn't want to be there.
But okay.
So the 4 people that initially said they didn't want to be there, the judges was like, we want juror 8, 7, 6, and 5 to not be there. And they get let go. So because keep in mind that based on me watching Suits and Lincoln Lawyer, it's like they want to get a good
good jury,
jurors,
yeah,
yeah,
jury.
good jurors for them to win their case, right? So then they start asking us questions like, do you guys mind or anything? I'm like, I'm chilling. I'm here being my responsibility.
Okay, so go back to what you. I mean, they're going back to the evidence and everything.
Okay, so finally they pick, I don't know, I think it was 12, but it was 14 just in case two.
Oh, we'll leave.
Yeah, which I left. I was the second person to leave because,
Oh, you're fucking appendix.
yeah, bro.
And did you have to tell them like, hey, do I have
Bro,
notes or
I
anything?
fucking panicked because, okay, all right,
'Cause you
bro.
go to jail, right?
Yeah, so I was like, they're gonna be, dude. I had pain. I told the story before. I had pain. They dropped me off. The person that dropped me off, they wanted to fucking stop at the store, but I was like in pain, bro. I get there,
Appendicitis, you know?
appendicitis way, and then I get there, and they're like, "Oh, I go to the hospital," and I was like, it was a Sunday, and I was like, "Hey, can I? Oh, I don't know. Like, do you guys want to call like the judge because they're like I have I'm in the middle of a case and they're like, don't worry about it, we got you." And I was like, dude, like they're gonna put a fucking warrant on me, like because it's in the middle. Because days prior to that way, my first day back, I had to park at the Disney concert in downtown way,
Okay, and walk.
but it was a long ass walkway. I didn't know how long that fucking walk was, cause it's on 6th and Hill, I believe. Bro, I got there and I'm like, oh, like it's fine, you know. They're like, Omar. When I got there, like Omar, everybody was there, way but me,
Waiting for
Omar, and I was like, oh yeah, sorry, it's a lot of traffic. They're like, we need you here on time, okay? Because we can't stop without you. So like, okay, let's all wrap up,
crazy,
yeah.
dog.
So you go through these our rules. You can't talk to lawyers. Once they see you talk to lawyers, everything they have to reset everything, right?
Oh,
So
and they're still they multan if you talk to like
no, we just you can't say not one thing. Where there was points where like this is what the judge said. Like if you guys go to a restroom and the lawyers are like, you guys can't fucking like excuse me, nothing, like absolutely nothing. Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
dog.
So long story short, he was on recording way. The operator was like, "Sir, I need you to calm down." It was like, so when I heard the mom in the background saying, "Métete a la casa," I was like, "Dude, they're not African American." And then the guy started talking like, "Hijo de tu puta madre," like perfect English, Spanish, bro. And I was like, "Oh shit, they're Latinos, bro."
But you didn't see them on the trial. What the fuck?
Bro, if you look at them, you would never think they speak Spanish, way.
¿Cómo se miraban, güey?
African American, way.
Oh.
Fluent English, way. Fluent English, way.
I was okay. That I was confused. I'm like, did you not see them or what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
After,
so you
during
assumed-
the trial, like they were saying, they were there, way. They were there, and like it was a wild way, and then like it was
both brothers were there.
yeah, both brothers there, the dad, the mom, the girlfriend,
Qué
the whole
pedo,
family,
güey.
way, all those. So it wasn't like the brother. So here's the thing, way. The brother was not going after the brother, like the defendant. No, the fool that got hit
Yeah.
was not going after his brother. They used him, like the people of America, which is the district attorneys.
Uh-huh.
They used him to go after the brother. So when you get, again, quote me if I'm wrong. If you make a crime, my job as a district attorney, I have to make a case against you, but I need witnesses, right? So that's how they use the brother. Use the brother to make a case against his own brother because he had committed a crime.
Oh. And then the brother that got the gun, like, hey, you work with the fucking feds.
It's
Against
kind of
me?
like we're gonna subpoena you in a way, like we're gonna put you in we're gonna put you right there, way, and we're gonna ask you a question. You better fucking say the truth, type of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, under I guess.
Under oath, then
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna put you on the chair and we're gonna ask you a question. You better say the truth. So I think I don't know what it was, way, but they made the case made it seem like the brother that got hit was very aggressive. That's how the family made it seem like. Porque when they were putting people on the stand, way,
On the
when they put people on the stand, they would say stuff about that brother that got hit. He's always mean to my kids. He's always been aggressive, and they were on show like go like cry, like I can't stand him anymore, like that way. And
So the other fool was protecting them basically, or what?
I don't know how to say, wait. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, wait.
They try to discredit him. They try to discredit his character. With
Yeah,
basically,
yeah,
way. I mean,
uh-huh.
that's the point. You want to like, you have this fool trying to testify against me, but he's a piece of shit too.
Okay, but you know how like on you watch TV and the movies,
Yeah.
you know how I'm saying objection. No, güey, aquí no, nada de eso, güey. I don't know what the fuck. It was like,
Oh, okay.
Your Honor, objection. And then they were like, okay, come. And they all get like a small little microphone like,
Oh, to record it just
yeah, to
between
record them three way. So it
Oh.
wasn't like
the lawyers and the judge.
objection.
Oh, I got you.
Side, you know, like
Oh,
they
yeah.
nada de eso, way. It was like, and then they give us a notebook and all so we could write notes and stuff. And so that like I remember that the girlfriend when she said about like, oh my god, he's such a fucking asshole and like whatever, like the judge would go back, everybody go back to the seat and they'd be like, jurors, I'm gonna go ahead and order you guys to go ahead and just like remove everything she said.
Why?
Because it was like,
cussing or what?
like they made an objection that one has nothing to do with the case. Like it's irrelevant type
Oh.
of thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I only went to those type of shit because when you fucking got me on the game with the suits way, and yeah, way, they're like, if it's not part of the fucking shit, I don't want to hear that shit, dude. Like, that's just irrelevant to what the fuck the kids were talking about. You know what I mean? And sometimes we try to put emotion, like, no, he's a piece of shit because he did this shit to me. He took my lunch. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't care if he took your lunch or not.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes we get in our feelings that we just say outlandish shit to make the person look like shit,
Okay.
even though it was true.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. They try to like kind of discredit. I guess you're right. Discredit his character. So they tell you he's a fucking asshole. He hits my kids. He's fucking aggressive. And the judge tells you, I need you to.
Cut all that shit off.
How the fuck do you do that, bro? How can I unhear what I just fucking heard?
Oh, so it's basically telling you like, don't let this mess with your decision. Basically, pues si está cabrón, vaya fucking a ver, mira, fuck
So
him. He does like the fucking
I
asshole.
always ask that. Like I've always asked that. Like, how the fuck do you not hear what you just heard?
How do you unhear what you heard?
Yeah, unhear what you just. So you just like.
So he literally said like, George,
Yeah, George, I need you guys to go ahead and remove that from the case. Like how, bro?
yeah,
Obviously,
but
when
I think
I didn't go that deep because I didn't go that deep to find out what happened. I would like to know what happened.
What happened to you? You went to the hospital and then what you telling me you had to get like a card or a mail or what the?
No way, I don't know what the fuck happened with. I have no idea what the fuck happened with.
Because
I
you
don't
said,
know how the fuck I don't have no fucking
Omar,
idea.
because
With.
you said the first time you came late, like they couldn't start without
Yeah,
you.
way. That's what I want to know too. If they were waiting for me a whole fucking day, and what's the fuck's wrong with? We gotta go fucking put a fucking
Warrant on his ass.
now. So you find out. Go find out if he got arrested. Go find out. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you never got like a mail or nothing.
Not that way.
I'm
Not that.
assuming they had to have some type of connection.
Well, that's
huh?
what I'm saying. Because I mean, when you look up for people, like
Like when you have like somebody's lost, where you look at
see,
the,
here's
the,
the thing. Here's the
hospitals,
thing.
you look at the jail.
Okay, so I've been in a situation when somebody that I personally know, I had to find out where that person was, way, because I needed something, and it was like an urgent. So I literally looked up online, hey, like the name, way, and you went through like the sheriff department and all that, dude, arrested. I was
That's
like, shit,
crazy,
the
huh?
fuck? So I guess when people get arrested, when people get admitted to the hospital, it's like
It
gets
pops up. Dude.
yeah. So I'm assuming that's what they found out. I'm assuming because based on my research that like I needed this person and I found out this person was arrested, it was so fast. Way like even said like at
This day, this day.
1323, which is what,
1323. That's on 1:30.
and then I'm looking it up at fucking 2 p.m. Like that's how fast you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
you have to have some type of correlation for sure. That's crazy though. But imagine like when did they start searching? Like when did it? So they don't begin anything.
They don't make it nothing, man. Nothing without like the person, the I guess assistant or I don't know what it is, what they call him. He's going through every. They don't call you by your name, by the way.
What do they call you by?
Juror number 1,
Oh,
juror number 2, juror number 3 here, juror number 4 here, juror number 5 here, juror number 6, juror number 6. Okay, wait out here. Fuck, bro.
That's crazy, dog.
I don't know if
I-
COVID changed because I keep getting those.
I haven't gotten them in a while.
I
fool.
call. They're like, oh, if you got one during this time, please go in there. I'm like, all right, cool, you know. But I wanna go back to him, bro.
you can't volunteer to them.
No way, I don't think so. It's just like
I got in
randomly
subpoenaed
selected.
like maybe once, and I had to go.
Subpoena.
No, sorry, but I got in
What
those little
the
time. No,
fuck?
I got in those not subpoena. I got in those what is subpoena again? When they
Subpoena's
summons you, they
like
summons you.
you're gonna testify.
Oh fuck, that's scary, huh, dog? You can't fucking lie. You're under oath, fool.
You know, and sometimes he's not even in court. It's like in fucking
Like in the judge
in the-
office. And
no,
shit
no, no, like in the room, in the fucking conference room with
Oh,
lawyers.
like
off-
reporting you and shit like that.
Yeah, I follow this lawyer. She's a Latina dude. She's fucking fun. She's like, I had my first subpoena today, and I
Her?
don't know. Huh?
Like the lawyer
The
itself.
lawyer talks. Like, I had my first subpoena today, and I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. But and she makes faces when she's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, but I gotta go in like a boss. She goes like, I gotta go in like I've done this before, you know. He's like, but honestly, I'm fucking scared. And she's like, she's very
Animated. and
animated
shit.
way. So I follow her, and then she comes out and she's like, guys, I aced that shit. I had a whole list of what I was gonna object to, and it was a piece of cake. Like she tells her whole fucking.
Well, because she fucking lives that shit. She lives the language, fool. So they know, like, you know what you can do, what you can't do. I know there was a new Suits from LA. Have you been watching that one or no?
He got canceled.
Really?
Season 2 got canceled. I watched the full first season.
How was that?
It wasn't like the old one, bro. I know.
Yeah, it's the remakes are. It's
Because they made it seem like too LA thing. Like the lawyers were not even fighting crime. I'm fighting like they were just fighting for like actors.
sounds
Yeah,
sad,
way
fool.
like I gotta
Actors.
get your contract done, and like you stole
it
my
is Hol-
client,
It
and
is
like
Hollywood, fool.
this director's getting sued for a crime. Like it was just like it wasn't their way. Like
Yeah. Well, we'll wrap it up. Wrap it up.
yeah, I didn't finish. Like what were you gonna say? Like verdict or not? Like guilty or not guilty?
Okay, go on. Finish.
Well, I don't know, but that's all the information I have. Way so guilty or not guilty?
Oh, oh, that was the host. Okay. Fuck, guilty or what? Did you tell me the story?
I told you a story.
That he shot him?
Attempted murder.
Oh, attempted murder. Okay, I didn't know the charge. He was getting attempted murder?
I think so. I believe so.
Shit,
So
bro.
you have to respond like the juror. I wasn't there. I don't know how they respond, but I'm assuming this is what they respond. Go ahead.
Say not guilty, fool.
Not guilty?
Not guilty, dog. Attempted murder. I would say maybe aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
One thing that maybe there was a couple charges, but one thing that really grabbed my attention was that the judge said, all I need you guys to do, jurors, is to make sure I can fucking say it, bro. Is to make sure that without a doubt, how do you say? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
with
gonna?
no doubt.
With no doubt.
Yeah, I know. It's like a little phrase they use, like
Okay,
you know,
like
like be 100% sure on your
sure,
position.
with no doubt, with no.
Oh, you said there was. Doesn't have to be like an odd number, like 13 or 12. No, you said no, eso.
What do you mean?
Because you said there was 12 jurors, no?
Uh huh.
Isn't it supposed to be like 13 just to offset? Because if it's even number, if there's 6.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right.
okay,
You might
okay.
be like that.
Yeah, cause
Did you know that they all have to agree?
Yeah, I did know that way.
That's
It's
fucking.
like kind of like the Vatican, the Pope. They all have to agree with one.
They have to agree.
Imagine this one fucking answer just like,
13
no, I'm gonna just say no. Like, oh, we're all gonna say yes. I'm gonna put no. Just to
No, you
fuck.
can't wait. You can't. You cannot say. You cannot say no way. You cannot say because it's not like yes, yes, yes. No, no. It's we all agree and we move. The main ones like okay, we move forward. Like us, the juror, have the.
But imagine there's a fucking asshole just to be a fucking cagapalo. No, I don't agree. I mean, that's who I am.
But then no, you have to go back. You have to go back and
What did he go try to convince that piece of shit
have
with
to
it? When
go-
there's like, no. He's not fucking guilty.
there was a
bro.
movie. There's a fucking 1990s movie. Wait, it was. I think it's called The Jurors or The 13 Jurors, and it talks about this guy that obviously got. They were gonna press charges because he stabbed somebody allegedly, right?
Mhm.
And at that time, there was like the weapon. They took a picture of the weapon during the crime, but covered. And then at the time of arrest, he still had the knife. So the jurors, when they went inside and they saw the evidence, he's like, I don't think he's guilty. Like he was already using a lot of physics. Like they said there was a train. He's like, dude, the fucking knife. And Afo takes out a knife. Like, I have the same fucking knife. This knife, everybody fucking has it. So they were like, fuck. And then he turned every single one. Even the people that seemed like it wasn't like people were like, there's a movie, I don't know what it's called, but even was like, I don't care what the fuck you say, he's fucking guilty. Like no matter what you're gonna say, they ended up saying he's not guilty. He's like
Those are good lawyers way.
It was just a fucking juror. He was a juror that I don't think was guilty. He convinced everybody that he wasn't guilty. With.
Like, I had the same shit. Like,
Yeah. And then he was making them like do physics, like because they used a lot of evidence, like the car, the train, all this stuff. He was like, "You're telling me that our train moves this fast? Like that's impossible." That like he would use
Yeah,
physics
for
to make
real.
his case way, but
That'd be good to have him on a team. Man, again, dope ass fool that's fighting. Like, we're not fighting for you, but it's just kind of like, dude, like, it's impossible. Kind of like the Tory Lane shit that's going on, fool.
the what,
The Tory Lane
bro?
shit.
The fucking Puff Daddy way.
That's another topic. We have to, this is another episode for sure, way. But
The Puff Daddy, bro. I wonder how the fucking judges are not, bro. They're getting fucking after the case way. They're gonna fucking come. They're gonna go after every single juror and they're gonna be like, "Tell us what happened, bro." That yes, you're right. For the next podcast, we're gonna talk about all the shit. I have some shit that I've looked into. God damn, bro. Even I told you about it. You're like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, bro. Why am I not fucking aware of this info?
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is they will be for sure for the next podcast. But this is the White Podcast.
Thank you for
Thank you again for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment.
and most important, turn on your notification to make sure you get posted every Wednesday at 9 a.m. One more thing, guys. I just want to throw a fun fact here.
Fun
Did you
fact?
guys know that it's free to subscribe and like and comment? It's absolutely free. Like you might be paying for Wi-Fi, but it's you go to McDonald's and do
I
it
don't
over there. It's
understand-
free.
I don't understand why they don't like. I don't know. I don't understand why they subscribe. Like, to be honest.
Just fucking subscribe, man.
There's people that actually log in, check our fucking channel, and then watch. Like, they don't just subscribe. Fool.
I don't know.
I don't get it, bro. Subscribe.
Anyway, see you guys till the next.
Peace.